move on to cell phone etiquette. It seems these days everyone has a cell phone. They use it no matter what, on the phone, while they're walking on the street, etc.
Right.
However, it is presenting a problem for some folks, particularly Lorene of Roseville, Minnesota, who writes, "A friend of mine had her 9-year-old son with her shopping recently, and a nearby shopper was talking animatedly and loudly with somebody, only the shopper was using words a 9-year-old shouldn't hear, and the details of the phone conversations were intimate details no one would want to listen to. Is it ethical to ask cell phone users to tone down their conversations when they are invading public space? Or is it incumbent upon the unintentional listener to just move away?"
Well, Lorene points out correctly that although much of cell phone chatter is merely obnoxious, in this case, the chatter is not just rude, it's wrong because it can hurt, it can harm, it can be offensive to children and to others who understandably don't wish to be around foul language in public. So, you know, one of the recurring themes that we've looked at in this segment over the past weeks is the idea that when we observe other people engaging in wrongdoing, it is incumbent upon us to intervene because, as Edmund Burke once said, and I've quoted this before, it bears repeating, all that is necessary for evil to flourish is for good people to do nothing. So when we observe someone using offensive language on their cell phone in public or revealing confidential information, for example, about a medical problem that a friend might be having and mentioning the person by name, we ought to say something. And the best way to do that is to use what I call a praise sandwich. We begin by saying something complimentary but sincere to the person, maybe complimenting them on what they're wearing, or to simply say hello in a warm and
while
friendly
you're
way.
interrupting their conversation. Some people might be a little bit belligerent about a stranger coming up to them and saying something, and then leading into, "Would you kindly get off the phone? You're disrupting me."
Well, instead of using you language, like you have some nerve to use foul language in public, if we use I language, if we say, you may not be aware of this, but I overheard some really strong language and it bothered me, and I wonder if it might be bothering other people. So, and we end on a positive note. We let the other person know that we have faith in them, that they will continue, or that they will do the right thing in the future. Praise, criticism, praise, done in the right way, it can resolve these kinds of sticky ethical problems.
And I have a feeling we're going to be talking about this subject again one day, because while there is some policing of how, many folks can use a phone in their car, for example, it seems like a long shot before there's any kind of policing of using your cell phone in public spaces.
We ought to get involved, and it really takes very little to do so in a positive way.
All right, Bruce Weinstein, thanks so much, the ethics guy. Good to see you this Saturday.